beautiful thing they say, but these days you get to see people try to fix other people into what they call their preferences. That's why today we'll be talking about what role does spec play in love and relationship. Chuchu, do you feel like it's right for people to have specs before they get into relationships?
It's okay to have a spec before you go into a relationship, but I think you should not dwell on that spec of a thing.
You shouldn't dwell on the spec thing. But don't you think like it's better for you to know what you're actually looking out to? Because personally, for me, before I get into a relationship, or what basically attracts me to someone is TDH. You have to be tall, dark, and handsome. That's me for you. You won't like.
Okay, well. You said like tall, dark, and handsome. Yes. I'm not hearing the M. Like
the M is there for you to be handsome. It's talking about physical and handsome.
Yeah, fine. So okay, that's your spec.
That's my spec.
TDH, the M in between. So I feel like that's your spec, but you shouldn't dwell on it. Like, if this person is not my spec, I cannot fall in love with this person. I believe it goes beyond
the physical.
It goes beyond the physical. It goes beyond preferences, because you can come around someone that is your spec, and then you feel like you've gotten the dream of your dream man and everything. Okay. And then there's something that might come up later that will wipe up everything. About that person being your spec. In fact, you come across having your spec that is no longer your spec again.
That's what the way I'm looking at it, right? Before I get into a relationship, or before I can get attracted to you, that's the angle I'm coming from. Before I can get attracted to you, there are these things that you should possess as a man, that you want to be my man.
Okay.
That you should have. You get. So if you have this, I'm saying like that's what will make me attracted to you. And the way I feel, it is like in life generally, like people have preferences. There are things you like. You might like rice, but you prefer pasta to rice. So that's what I'm saying. It's also like the same in relationships. You might like a light skin somebody, and I'll prefer a dark skin person. I feel it's necessary, because you can't just date everybody you see. At least let somebody look at your exes and be like, oh, okay, I see what pulled you close to this person. Like, there's somebody I know, this guy, all you have to do to be his girlfriend, just be slim and tall. He doesn't really have like preference for.
He doesn't care if you have bent hands or big ears.
So why you're bent, that's okay. Just for him.
Okay, now you're making it sound like your spec has to be based on physique. Me, I feel like your spec has to go beyond physical appearance, because most people these days, if you ask them about their spec, like it does give you 5 qualities of their spec.
Okay.
4, or if not the whole 5, will be physical appearance. Now it's that point I think that you should not dwell on those physique. Like the character. Someone will have a very good physique, like you're drop dead gorgeous, and then just one character can change the whole story. Okay, now what if you're not your spec?
That's a different thing. Like, okay, I'm going to agree with you on that thing. It's one thing for you to have a spec, but another question is, are you your spec?
Yeah.
Like now, my spec is tall, dark,
and handsome.
Obviously. So me now, I will find that Mr. Right. But the question is that am I Mrs. Right to Mr. Right?
To Mr. Right. That's why I feel like there should be a time. There's a lot of patience. You have to be patient. You don't have to wait till 2 years before you get to know somebody.
Is not one of people.
Wait, excuse me. Now, having patience to know your spec. Like you said, your spec is tall, dark, and handsome.
Exactly.
Now, you cannot just know if you're your spec in a day. You don't have to wait till 2 years. Wait now.
For you.
Chill first. So I believe if you meet your spec, you don't just I've met a man of my dreams. No, you take out time. If you're fortunate enough to meet someone who you guys engage in meaningful conversations, then maybe just being friends with that person, you get to understand that, okay, you are dark skinned, and you're dark and you're slim, and then your spec is tall, dark, and handsome with an M in between. And then later on, you get talking to this guy who is tall, dark, and handsome, and then you find out that his spec needs to be fair.
He's not the very tall, dark.
Wait now, what I'm trying to bring out is that at this point, you're reading out this spec out of your list, because this person is no longer your spec. This person is your spec, but you're not his spec.
I get your point, but there are always preferences in this life. Like there are things that I'm not saying you having a spec doesn't mean you won't or you shouldn't date outside your spec.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say at least you have to have something that you are looking out for. You can't just be open-minded to everything.
Yeah, I get you. I totally get you now. So what else? What is that thing that you're looking outside your spec to date that person?
Me personally, for me,
Yeah.
you still be my spec and I'll still not like you. I just
Why?
I don't know. It's just a personal thing. I'm kind of weird, so I
believe that you're not supposed to date everybody that's in your spec. Yes, you should have a taste, you should have choice. But what's that other thing? What's that other thing that's making you date that person?
Okay, what you're asking me now?
Yes.
Besides
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to be funny. I hate boring conversations.
Okay.
Like, I dread boring conversations. You have to be funny. Don't be too possessive. Like I told you a story once about how I went out with someone, just casual friends. So he was driving, I was on the road. I was chatting with my friend. I don't know what we were talking about, but I knew it was something like really, really stupid. This guy put his face, like you are on the road, you're driving, put his face into my phone. I'm like,
you're trying to see what
I'm like, no, I feel like you shouldn't be too possessive.
And that guy was your spec when it comes to
he wasn't even my spec. I was trying to manage. You see this life, that's why I say your spec is your spec.
Okay, and he showed that possessive attitude.
Yes, and
that's like a rule out.
Even if I wanted to manage you get, not like it's okay, but it's not that. Even if I wanted to manage you, like that particular thing that you just did. So yeah,
it made you
in the summer.
Okay, now so we're going to throw the questions out to you guys. What do you think about the role of spec in a relationship? Do you think it's right to have? Is it right to look out for your spec before going to a relationship, or do you think there are other things you should consider aside that person being your spec? What do you think?
No, I think it makes sense. So we're just throwing out this question out there to you. Do you feel it's right to have a spec in a relationship, or do you feel you could go without the spec? Now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Gallant TV. Stay safe.